Hi, I'm Annie Paulus, Realtor with Keller Williams St. Pete. Are you thinking of selling your Florida home and unsure of how much it will cost you to sell your home? Well, then, you are at the right place because in this video, I'm going to cover exactly that in great detail. Before we get started, I just want to let you know that you can get a free copy of the complete guide to selling your home in Florida at the link on the screen. The link is also there in the video description below. You may have a vague idea of what your home is worth, but if you're considering selling your Florida home, the real question is how much money will you walk away with when your home is sold? There are fees and taxes you need to be aware of that comprises your total closing costs. Your agent can draw up a calculation of your estimated closing costs for you based on the purchase price of your property. This is commonly known as a seller net sheet. Here is a breakdown of some of the common fees for selling a home in Florida. First of all, title and escrow charges. This is the fee charged by the title agent to draw up the closing documents and represent the seller during the closing process. This fee can vary. Title and escrow fees are part of your closing costs. How much they are can vary by where you live, the property's sales price, and the financial institution or mortgage company you are working with for the purchase. Typically, closing costs amount to about 2 to 5% of the selling price. Second is the commission. The market commission being asked throughout much of the country is around 6 to 7% of the home selling price. But like everything in real estate, it is negotiable. Number three is the transaction fee. Many brokers will charge a transaction fee, sometimes referred to as an administrative fee, to cover administrative and record keeping costs. Usually it costs around $295 to $395, which is fairly common to see. Number fourth is documentary stamp tax. The Florida documentary stamp tax is a type of real estate transfer tax. When a real estate transaction is made in Florida, some tax is almost always due to cover the costs associated with transferring the property or deed from one person to the other. The party responsible for payment of the documentary stamp tax on a sale is usually determined by the terms of the purchase agreement. However, because the seller is required to provide marketable title to the property, the seller usually pays these taxes. In Florida, every county except for Miami-Dade has the same tax rate, which is 70 cents per $100 of the deed's total consideration cost. The Florida document stamp tax is also charged on mortgage transfers. The price can vary slightly, but it's usually around 35 cents per $100 for the remaining mortgage cost. Number five is cost for lien search. The title agent will have a third party search for any outstanding liens on the property, including the mortgage. It could also include mechanics liens for unpaid repairs, code violations, and utility liens. This fee can vary. Usually it is $100 to $250 in Florida as of 2022. Number six is title insurance. Who pays the title insurance varies a bit by county. The seller chooses the title company and pays the title insurance. The cost of the title insurance policy depends on the sales price. The minimum rate established by the state of Florida, which is called the promulgated rate, is around $5.75 per thousand up to $100,000 and $5 per thousand thereafter up to a million. Number seven is a estoppel fee. This applies only to sellers of condominiums and some HOAs. The title company will order what is known as an estoppel letter. An estoppel letter outlines the current owner's financial standing within the association to see if any monthly dues or assessments are outstanding. This fee varies by association. Number eight is property taxes. Usually, your prorated property taxes will be credited to the buyer of your home. The buyer will end up paying the property taxes for the whole year when due at the end of the year. And you, as a seller, are responsible for the portion of the year you still lived there. Number nine is mortgage payoff. Even though your mortgage isn't exactly a cost, but it must be paid off at closing. It's a good idea to give your lender a call to get your actual payoff. It could vary from what you see on your monthly mortgage statement. If you haven't had the mortgage very long, you could be subject to a prepayment penalty or other administrative fees. Number 10, preparing your home for sale can account for approximately 1.9% of the selling price. Unless you are planning to sell your Florida house as is or to a cash buyer, you will need to spend some money to get your home market ready to attract qualified buyers. These costs will vary considerably depending on the age and condition of your home's size and layout, the level of demand or competition for home in your neighborhood, your yard size and layout, which repairs or improvements have the highest return with local buyers. At minimum, you will want to invest in some basic pre-listing improvements. If you are considering any bigger projects, it's best to discuss them with your realtor before pulling the trigger. Unless you fully understand the cost versus resale value of each project you take on, you could easily end up losing money on the project. If you are at a point where you are thinking of preparing your home for sale, I suggest that you check out my video about home improvements that add value right here. You will also find it in the description below. Also, remember to get a free copy of the complete guide to selling your home in Florida at the link on the screen. The link is also there in the video description below. Number 11. If you're looking for the cost of selling a house in Florida, don't forget to include your moving costs that can account for 1 to 2%. Number 12. Negotiations and buyer incentives. And this usually accounts for around 1 to 3% of the selling price. Depending on your Florida property and demand in your area, the buyers may ask you to offer incentives or make concessions to ensure that the deal goes through. If you agree to these concessions, you will pay these costs for the buyer, such as covering inspection fees, certain closing costs, repair credits, etc. Another incentive you could offer is a buyer's home warranty. A home warranty can take away a lot of the fears that buyers have about major systems breaking right away after they move in. It will usually cover repair or replacement costs if a major appliance or home system, electrical, plumbing, HVAC, etc., breaks within the first few years. Home warranties typically cost between $300 and $600. No matter what incentive you offer to hook potential buyers, it's worth noting that some buyers will have limits on how much they can request based on their loan type. On an average, seller concessions range between 1 and 3%, but some loan types allow up to 9%. The final word given on all your closing costs is provided in the settlement statement that you will receive at the end of the process. The itemized list will show all the fees that you have paid, credits, and your net profit. This is your last opportunity to review all the finer details to make sure everything is accurate, so don't skip this step. If something doesn't look right, ask your agent or title company for an explanation before proceeding with the sale. If you liked watching this video, you may also like watching my videos on the benefits of pre-listing home inspection and how to increase your home value for appraisal right here. And once again, let me remind you to get your free copy of the complete guide to selling your home in Florida at the link on the screen. It is also there in the video description below. I hope this video helped you in getting a better understanding of how much it costs to sell your Florida home. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. I will be back again soon with more real estate news. Bye for now.